Okay, well, we still have no internet, so I'm going to record locally. And the nice thing about not having internet is that instead of browsing the web in the morning, I have an hour in which to do things before I go out. So the thing about this game right now, since we've done these modifications with the formation and stuff, is that the dudes never move out of the formation now. And this is not the best for making the game interesting. So, what we would like to do, now we left a little stub in the code for dudes to move out of the formation, but we don't really have anything for them to do if they do that, right? So, I think the way it's going to work is when they decide to dive, there's going to be some enum about what type of thing they do. They could come down and try to do like a horizontal big on strafing run. They could be they could do like a classic kind of dive down, come across and go off the bottom of the screen and return on the top. They could just do a loop where they fall out of the formation. They sort of move a fair bit, somewhat unpredictably, and go back. There's probably a few others that it could be, right? They could go on a strafing run higher on the screen. So what I want to do, eventually you want these to be nice, curvy paths like you have in Galaga games. And I don't think I really want them to be splines because splines are kind of annoying. So I'm not sure what I want them to be, but whatever they are, if we just make linear paths to start with, that'll that'll be an order zero approximation of what we want, and then however we want to round them out later, we could do that. So, and when I say splines are annoying, it's mainly that they're kind of ugly, actually. Now, it's different here because you don't really see them. Um, and by kind of ugly, I mean your standard like cubic spline kind of a things. Like to get cubic splines to look good, you need to actually arrange a bunch of them as knots on a longer thing in sequence where you don't really use all of the cubic. Because when you do, there's something about that that makes ugly shapes. So like if you do the dumb thing of just making Catmull ROM splines between waypoints, it's super ugly. And yeah. So but again, you can't really see this, except maybe we will, because there was, whatever the Galaga game was on the Xbox 360 that was kind of okay, like would show you the paths before they happened. I don't think I want to do that in this whole game, but it would be fun um, if that was a power up where you could see the future a little bit, right? Um, for a limited time. And so we might actually visualize these later, which is also why I want to pre-create a path as opposed to just have some code that makes the dude move arbitrarily. Um, although you could imagine a combination of that. You could imagine a pre-created portion of a path and then a decision point at which you append to it. But anyway, we're going to make a file for pathing, and we'll see what's going to be in there, but we got to make sure we load it. Load pathing. I don't know what Emacs is up to now. Okay, so on the entity for the invader, we need to have a strafe path, right? All right, so strafe path is a path, and strafe path cursor is a path cursor. Although maybe the path will just have the cursor on it. So we're going to have a path cursor. This is just like where are we? It's going to be a series of line segments for now, and so the cursor is just going to be segment index, right? And then, like, do we actually want to store where we are? I guess so. I don't know if we're actually going to use this, because it seems like the actual fact is like where the thing is. But yeah, let's not worry about that yet. And then path is going to be a struct. Waypoints is just going to be a bunch of vector 2s. All right. And that's kind of it. And then we're going to just do this, right? Which is a little bit annoying. And then okay, so, you know, normally we would do some more sophisticated memory handling than this. I'm just not going to worry about it right now, because you can always go do that later. Where do we destroy invaders? Not here. And simulate must be. Num invaders. Remove from live invaders. And do we like never free it? I think we're expecting, I think we're just leaking them all right now, which again is not a surprise. Where do we spawn these? I moved it around. Add invader. Yeah, we just allocate it. So we'll free, and you know what? If we double free, the system will tell us. Yeah, so for bullets, we actually free it. Yeah, so at some point, like if those are on an entity manager in a more linear way, you don't necessarily want to free the memory because it wouldn't be independent memory. For now, we're just going to do that because we don't care. Again, path is not, oh, did I call it strafe path? Strafe path. All right. I keep doing that. Where did I put that? Path. Duh. Yeah, we don't pass. I don't know why that doesn't. Oh, because auto dereference is only for structs. Right now, I think. Or something. Okay, so no big. Oh. Oh, maybe. Maybe they own their particle system. Wait, what? I don't remember how I did it. Okay, clearly they're generating the particles when destroyed. Okay, and then freeing themselves later. All right. That's fine. Game's still way too easy. Easy clap. All right. Now. Yeah, I think the multi-shot is probably gonna go eventually. That's my feeling. I got a feeling. Come on, I want. Oh, didn't quite duck that. Yeah. We need better hit. Oh, it ran out. Okay. So, well, what happens? Let's just have a function called init strafe path. And we're not even going to think about literally anything right now. We're going to add some parameter here, but for now, let me just go cursors, path cursor on there. And we're going to take starting position. And we're just going to say, this is going to be really stupid. Start, okay. We're going to add minus 0.1. We don't care where we are on the screen yet, right? We're going to go left and down by 0.25, right? I don't know how much that is. Oh. Because I want to keep incrementing the current position, so I'm putting it in a variable, right? And then we're going to go across by 0.5, right? And then we're going to go up again. And then the question is, when we go back, I mean, okay, actually, it's easier if we go off the bottom of the screen. Because then we can just go fall in at the end. Because if it's remember the formation's moving, so we can't just add the start point on the end of the path. That won't be the right place to end up. Although we could put a flag. Let's just do, since we're doing a loop, let's put a flag here. Right, path flags, enum, update and enum flags. Update endpoint. Endpoint is in formation. Okay. So we're just going to add, right? So we go up, and then we're going to add the endpoint back. And endpoint is in formation means once we have this working, we can just update this, right? Okay. Now, we want a function to follow the path. Follow path. Pause is a vector 2, right? Path is a pointer to path, and then distance. So our caller gives us the distance. All right. Modify the path cursor stored on the path. Okay. So we're just going to go toward, we're going to assert that the index, well, we don't need to assert actually. Index is path.cursor.segmentIndex, right? Yeah. We don't need to assert because we'll get a bounce check error if we go too far. So next point. Okay, we kind of want to. No, it's fine. Let's make a note. Robustness. We might put a bit of stuff here to handle the case when we are a little bit on the opposite direction of the next point. Okay. So if we finish the path, we'll return true if we're done. Okay, so next point. Let's just say target is path.waypoints sub index -1. All right? Because we've got our line segments. And yeah. Okay. So dir is target minus pause unit vector. Length is distance target minus pause. All right. So now if length is less than distance, that means we're going to hit that waypoint on this frame, right? Because distance is how much we're traveling. This is one of these points where the variable names could be better. Distance to travel. Oh, this is a function. Okay. This is, yeah. That's confusing. Commonly used function name. If length is less than distance to travel, then we're going to say, we're going to subtract that off. We could put while distance to travel is greater than 0. We're just going to have this be a loop. I was going to make it recursive, and then I'm like, I'm not programming in Clojure, right? So we subtract distance to travel, less than or equal to, really. I mean, we could also test the index. I'm up in the air about whether to do that. Okay, so we subtract this, and then we say index plus equals 1 if index is greater than or equal to path that waypoints.count, return, I mean, it's just target true. okay? If it's not here at the end of the array, then there's more in the array. So then we'll loop around and we've still got distance to travel, right? I'm going to be nice commenting because this is an example program. We are going to go past the endpoint of this segment. And you know, even if we do a more elaborate shapes somehow, I feel in my heart like the underlying representation may end up being line segments anyway. Maybe, we'll see. I mean, if they're spline segments or whatever, you would still have equivalent code almost. We're going to go past the endpoint of this segment. So what happens? Either if it's the last segment, we're done. Otherwise, increment and loop. Okay. Go as far as we can toward the next segment, next waypoint, which we will not reach. Break, because there's nothing else to do. Okay, so we don't need to modify distance to travel here because we're using all of it. And we're just going to say result pause is pause plus dir times distance to travel, easy clap, and then return result pause true. So we're just going toward the thinger. And yeah, I mean, we might as well just do this because we're rereading it up here. I'm not sure. This is not right if we start segment index at 0, right? This is index +1. This is confusing, right? So segment index, right? Let's just say waypoint index for now. I mean, we can change it later. Like, why would we be stupid like that? Okay. I mean, I'm logically thinking about it on an index, but like this is which waypoint. All right. So actually, and then actually the waypoint index is going to be 1. So we're sort of ignoring the start point because it's wherever the ship is, right? So okay. So we return this comma true. This is called waypoint index. What point? Up here it's waypoint index. Let's make sure this compiles, which it surely doesn't. Distance. Target might, really? Those aren't the same type? Oh, right. We could put them in the same order. I could have just said length, target minus pause, but not all control paths return a value. Actually, that's just our, actually they do. We just don't have data flow analysis on it. Oh, all right. Okay, so this is still going to do nothing, but it still compiles. Now, when we're in simulate, we have this sleep countdown, and I'm not sure this is the best way to do it, but we're going to do it this way right now. So the sleep countdown, um, the reason this is not necessarily bad is because you get uniform behavior for all the dudes, which means you'll get a lot of strafing at the beginning of the level and not very much at the end. But we're going to do it anyway. To start, and then maybe we'll we'll do something more like randomly pick or something. All right. Right, well that, yeah, we don't have this function now. Falling in, sleeping. So for strafing, okay, we need to init the path when we set it to, so we're going to go init strafe path here. It.position, other, yeah. All right, so we init that path, and then speed is going to be, we might randomize that or something in a bit, right? And so we're going to go follow path I.position, the path, and distance to travel, which is going to be speed times current dt. We're going to go new position done are this, right? If done, okay, we're going to add another flag. Okay, so here, if we do this one later, which this doesn't exist, then we're going to reset us to the top, right? But here we're going to say if path.path flags and endpoint is in formation, then what do we do? Well, we've supposedly been updating this, by the way, which we're not yet. Let's actually do this. Path.waypoints, path.waypoints.count -1, that's the last element, right? Equals get target position for I, which this means position in the formation. We might want to modify that name of that function later. Okay, so if the endpoint is in formation, what do? We should be at the right point at the end of this. So we're just going to say action is sleeping. So we're going to have a sleep countdown so that we don't like frickin' strafe all the time. Oh, we also want strafing. So here's the thing is, with the strafing, we probably want certain parts of it to be the parts where you shoot more. Because like if you're just angling down, so we're maybe going to do that. But for now, if you're strafing, just the shot countdown is going to be a lot faster. It's going to be between 0.5 seconds and 2 seconds. Okay, when we start the sleep countdown, don't get within range. We don't want people strafing that much. 1.2.0 to 10.0, I don't know. This is just the sleep countdown is going to go away probably. All right, so strafing, wait, what? What did we call it? Strafing. Undeclared identifier strafing. Oh wait, that's the old compile. Path is not a member. Oh yeah, because it's called strafe path. Strafe path. And then 108. This is already a pointer. All right. Let's see what happens. It's time for the magic. I'll see. Oh, they're strafing. Kinda. I don't think they're strafing very successfully. I feel in my heart. I hope they're not, oh yeah, they're not gonna hit me because I'm out of range. Okay, what's going on, invaders? Let's get down to it, boppers. Examples, invaders. I should make a source folder because, yeah. Simulate strafing, right? Strafing. Okay, here we go. Oh, we're not setting that flag even. Oh, by the way, yeah. Well, that would mean when people are done. We're going to do exactly the same thing down here. Let's just see before, we don't want to save this out yet. We need to set that flag if done. So it thinks it's done. Okay, so we're never using new position here either. Okay, you gotta use the variable. Okay, here we go. And then when we generate, eventually we're going to generate different kinds of strafes, right? But for this strafe here, right, and let's clear this out. Okay. Come on, buddy. I'll provoke them. Something tells me they're literally not doing anything. Are we returning true? I bet we're returning true. Yep. I hope you caught that. We're telling it that we're done all the time. It just helps if you can think of those things without having to run the debugger. Look, I'm mean. I'm provoking. Oh yeah. Okay, that speed's a little slow. They're all sort of taking the same path. Okay, they're going. I would classify that as too far. Are they coming back? No. is this interface so bad? All right, so we're strafing. We're updating the final position. Distance to travel. Okay, that's a small number, seems fine. And then what happens? What is our current position? Fucking C++ entity.position. It's -3 1.6. So I feel like our direction is going to be wrong. We're still going to be, so this index is going to be 1, right? Still, yeah. Go in the wrong way. Target, dir, okay, it's going to be, wait, really? Why is the target at -1.8? How did we get down there? What? Why did we start at -1.6? Whose idea was that? All right, well, I can't, so because Visual Studio is horrible, I can't actually run that again without closing a solution, opening a project or solution, finding the thing, making a temporary solution file. Like, you can't just run a program. There, and now we could do it. Wait, what happened? Oh, my breakpoint wasn't there. Okay, well. Yes, you also don't have a breakpoint when you do that. Init strafe path. Why? I mean, it looks pretty obvious. Like, what's the problem? Okay. Position is 0.6, 0.7, which is like what I would expect. Start 0.6, 0.7. Does that get stomped on for some reason? Oh, we must keep initting the path. That's the answer. We keep calling this. Because, guys, if you want to succeed in the game industry, only do the sleep countdown when we're sleeping. So first of all, don't bother counting down the sleep countdown. All right, and then we can do this. So you can imagine as you're going downward, let's speed this up now. As you're going downward, bro. if you keep calling the thing, your waypoints are just going to keep going downward. Because the first waypoint is always where you at. Oh God, okay. They're moving. Okay, we crashed. Array bounds check fail. I knew it. I knew it. I don't know. Maybe that was the first guy who finished? Let's just double check. I feel like that wasn't very hard to get right. If index is greater than or equal to path waypoints dot count. Oh, fuck. Remember when I said we don't need that? Yeah, we used a stale value. Okay. The game is more exciting all of a sudden. It'd be better if we played sounds, but you know. Okay. Not very organic. Oh, I missed the... Yeah, having triple shot and pierce shot is redundant to an extent. It's like you're playing Vampire Survivors. Let's get that. Yeah. Okay. Got him. Got him. Still not like hard, but it's more entertaining to play. Oops. No, oops. So we could add, you know, the little aliens that take multiple hits as well, although, yeah. I think I like some of the ideas I was talking about on previous streams about that more than just generic multi-hit. All right. Let's have different strafes. Based on where you are. I don't have that much time left, but obviously, this is good progress. So we're going to have a strafe type. And what are they going to be? They're going to be downward, right? Sideways. And like a kamikaze straight and kamikaze drunken. All right. So when we init a strafe path, we're going to go strafe type random okay, num strafe types, and then what? What now? We're going to go if strafe type is equal to case downward, case sideways, case kamikaze straight, case kamikaze drunken. All right, and we're going to do some stuff. I don't know. Okay, anyway, we're always going to add the start. And then here, this stuff that we did was for sideways. And we might want to put more of a little loop-de-loop in there or something, but this is all, you know, this will all be customized a little bit later. Kamikaze straight is going to be, we're going to go get random sign. This is going to be left or right, left or right. And then we're going to go, let's do this pause equals start up here as well. Pause plus equals, we're going to go up slightly into the side. Left or right times 0.08. 0.08, sure, why not? And then we're just going to go straight for the player. And we're going to copy pasta this to kamikaze drunken, and then we'll make that one more fancy in a minute. Array add path.waypoints pause. We're going to, and we'll put start at the end all the time anyway. And this. So we're going to add that, and then we're going to go straight at the ship pause, right? What is that called? Ship position. All right, and then we're going to go let's do this so that we keep having the same thing. Emacs hates my indentation, so it's going to keep fighting me. And then we're going to go pause.y equals, oh, we don't want to add start all the time. Live y min. Okay, so we're going to go for the ship and then straight down. And we're going to say endpoint is off the bottom. Endpoint is off the bottom. For now, we're gonna have the same thing for drunken. And then downward is just like, it's just gonna sort of be a diagonal strafe. Oh, we need to get random sign, by the way. Okay, so that we just, you either get 1 or -1, and it's used as a multiplication factor. Downward, we're going to say, we're going to say if start.x is less than 0.2 left or right equals 1. Dude, it's going to fight me every step of the way. It's greater than 1 minus 0.2 left or right equals minus 1. This is going to be else, actually. Else left or right equals random sign. So if you're in the kind of toward the middle of the screen, we're just going to pick one of the directions, okay? And then we're going to, this one's not going to arc up. It'll sort of go down, left, and then right, or right and then left. Pause, plus equals dot left or right times 0.2. Okay. So who knows? Random. Through is only valid as the. I put it in the wrong place. In my face. Get rent. All right. Let's see what happens. It's going to be scary. They all shoot the same amount right now. Oh God! I already. Okay, that was not good. Oh, we forgot one part. If it's off the bottom, then what we do is we say he's off the bottom of the screen, so we set him to the top and falling in. And he'll go back to his formation spot. Akaton. Mike Akaton. Alright. Let's call a few of these guys so we don't go... Oh, dude, I just flew right into the thing. Okay, so those are... Okay, that was kamikaze probably. It's a 50-50 that it's a kamikaze. Dude, I'm bad at the game all of a sudden. It's amazing when they... okay, we gotta do over. It's amazing when they just stand there and get shot, how much easier it is. All right. Still OP. Still OP. If I could hit. Oh. Still OP. Like right now, the strafe timer is like 10 seconds, right? So, and then they all, maybe it's not 10 seconds, but, oh, it's very hard once they start doing that. So we want some strategy. We want some strategy. some strategy where um, we pick some number of guys to be active. You know, it's like in the movie or in Dynasty Warriors where they attack you one at a time. Those games always seem too dumb to play. Like, there's 9 guys standing around you to make you feel cool, but they're all literally just standing there waiting to get beaten up. Okay. Let's do one more thing. Theta is going to be, actually we have this, right? Okay, we're going to return what direction to face, which will be nicer when it's not like 5 frickin' line segments, right? You know what? It's time for me to go. So I'm just going to return this. And we're not even going to, well, no, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try to get it in. All right. Target theta. We don't have a move toward in here, I don't think, do we? All right. Update theta to be, and it's essentially the same thing. You know what? Let's go to Sokoban. This is just such a good function. Move toward. Where is it? Simulate. What a surprise. Move toward. Target DT, rate up, rate down. Okay, great. Okay. So d theta dt is going to be, I don't know, 100 degrees per second, 50 degrees per second, I don't know. That seems slow, but we'll find out. Okay, so move toward the invader dot theta, target theta, current dt, d theta dt. Okay. Oh, yep, remember that? Lol. Okay, that's not. They don't, when they get back in formation, they don't straighten themselves out, which is funny. They're also like not going in the right direction. And it's because we're off by like 90, right? I think I need to add The bitmap is facing downward. So I need to subtract 90, I think. I don't know. Add or subtract 90, it's all good. Boom, boom. Ow! They're just spinning. Why are they just spinning? Okay, here's what we do. Let's see what the frickin' thing is returning. That's not good. Hold on. Do I need to plus 90? What's going on? I wish I had authored the bit. We might go rotate the bitmaps at some point. Because I freaking hate the. Okay, well, actually, no, this is fine. They were just rotating too slow, I guess. Okay, when they go back into formation, they're going to reorient themselves. We could interpolate. What the fuck? Okay, minus 90. Oh, you know what? We're going the wrong way around the circle, guys. Dude, I just want to paste the thing. I know what the thing is. I just want to paste it. There we go. Update theta current. Here we go. All right. Here's what we do. So I probably am going to screw this up. And I'm distracted because I want to leave. But here we go. Wrap degrees. Where did I put that? It just like puts it into... I just don't want to think it all right now, which is why. Here we go. See this? Easy clap. So, so you wrap them to the same interval that's minus 180 to 180. And then when you do that, going up or down makes sense. Otherwise, you know, if you're 5 degrees and the other angle is 360, you end up going all the way around, right? But if you're 5 degrees and the other angle is 0, then you end up going the correct way, right? That's all this is, I think, right? I don't know why I then do this. Shouldn't be necessary. But like I said, my brain's not turned on right now. Well, we're at least not like totally spinning here. Okay. We're fighting dudes. I mean, you know, it's not too bad, all things considered. We can make the paths nicer now. We can tessellate them into more line segments. Oh, spicy. Too. Oh, piercing. We can tessellate them into more line segments and all that stuff. And we can work on this policy of like who strafes when. Work on more interesting strafes. Let's get a shield. Ow. Oh, I can't pick up power-ups now because of the shield. Arg. Okay, it's still keeping me alive though. Oh yeah. Barely ran out. Okay, also, I don't think we collision detect against the aliens, so I think they could pass through me. So that's like the next thing. This is like almost a game now. You just gotta put the stars in, and it'll be a game. Woof. Ooh. Maybe the extra shot should be shot limited. Like you're not necessarily, I don't know. It is redundant with piercing, so maybe that's not good. But you could imagine that it's a power-up that lasts a certain number of shots that you get, you know, 2 or 3. It's still, I'm so OP that they don't get to do very much. Oh, all right. We still lost after only 428. All right. Thanks everybody. I'm gonna go do stuff. Maybe I'll have actual internet later and can stream again. Probably not. I don't know. Thanks.